Hey everyone, I wanted to give you a walkthrough on how to do a couple of things on PSPP when it comes to the frequency tables and when it comes to working with some nominal data. This is by no means required. I'm not asking you to submit any of this for an assignment, but several of you have mentioned that for your jobs or for your goal jobs or even for grad school, that you're going to be working with data, working with numbers, and this is a really helpful thing to know how to do. I mentioned in one of my videos that I did some work with data analysis for some nonprofit organizations. This is the type of stuff that I did all the time to give a good overview of my numbers. So a good skill to know. And if you learn PSPP, it mirrors SPSS, which is kind of the standard industry statistics software, very well. So if you can do it on here, you'll be able to do it on there. So I have made up a data set of scores. I went in and entered 83 scores as randomly as I could, ranging from, I think I did from 10 to 100. Let's, for the purpose of this example, say that these are test scores. So what you're going to do is if you come up here to analyze, you can go to descriptive statistics and you can go to frequencies. Once you click that, score is already over here. I named the variable score. And we can ask for whatever we want, like we did on the other walkthrough, mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. But what I wanted to show you over here is we can click on charts and we can go ahead and ask for our histograms, our bar charts, or our pie charts. Pie charts are a lot more helpful if you're using nominal data, which we'll get to in a little bit. You could also say if there was any values you wanted excluded. So that can be a helpful thing to have. Right here on frequency tables, going back to what we talked about in this week's textbook chapters. So click on frequency tables. You can limit it based on the number of values, right? Because as your textbook talked about, having a frequency table, if you have 100 values, can very quickly get messy. So you could limit it. You can tell it if you want it sorted in ascending value or descending value. Or you can sort it in ascending frequency or descending frequency. To be consistent with the textbook for now, let's keep it on ascending value. You click continue, you click OK. And what you end up having is a table here on top that tells you your mean, your standard deviation, your minimum, and your maximum. And you have all of your frequencies. So one person got a 4, one person got a 9, 2 people got a 14, 3 people got a 15, et cetera, all the way down. It gives you the percentage of people that scored that. Valid percentage has to do with if you had any missing scores, which I set mine up where there was none that were missing. And then the cumulative percent adding up since you had it sort ascending. So for example, if you wanted to know how many people scored less than an 80% on the test, you could come over here and we had a pretty even split, right? 80.7 people scored an 80 or lower. So this can be a really helpful way to just see the way that your data is adding up. You can ask for a histogram chart. You can ask for a bar chart. Now, one of the things that this can't do on its own without a little bit of help from you, the user, is to do the grouped frequency table. But there is a trick to make this work. So I'm going to stop this video now as an introduction to frequency tables in PSPP and SPSS. And on the next video, I will show you the trick to doing grouped frequency tables using this software.